good. We had a good tempo. Having some of the leaders back makes a big difference. So, good start. We didn't go too long. We don't want to go too long, but looks like we retained our condition and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow.
Now, the fact that nothing has been normal for 3 weeks, how tough is it going to be to have a normal week with, an actual game on a Saturday,
tough.
Having your full
it's gonna be fun.
Allocation of guys?
No, it's gonna be fun. It's been an extraordinary 3 weeks. Let's leave it at that. That's what it has been. And hopefully today's a return to normalcy, a game week, and hopefully our guys will respond to the consistency of routine.
The guys that didn't play last game, how sharp have they been in practice? How ready do you feel like they are?
Pretty sharp. They worked as hard as anybody. Again, we're talking about leaders now. In addition to guys who have the most experience, they kind of are the glue. They hold it together. You can see that evident out there today with Sean and Forston and Ja'Cory. So. It's nice to have them back, certainly.
How did you watch the Ohio State Toledo game, and what were your impressions?
Just that, the cage is rattled now. If they were caught off guard in that game, they're not going to be in this game. It's an exciting opportunity for both teams, and so we'll get their best. We know that, and certainly they are, encountering some of the same issues that we had. Some of their top players. Some of their best players were out for the game. So, we'll see. I don't know who they're going to have. I finally know who we're going to have, so we'll go forward.
I was going to ask you that. Does that, make it tougher to prepare? I know most of the players that they're going to be out or not, but
no, after the last 3 weeks, as long as I know who we have, I'm good.
Al, did you pick up more than you thought you might because the Ohio State game was closer?
Yeah, I think I don't think they could have held any cards back. They might have before that, but I think everybody knows Toledo's a talented team. They got some difference makers on the perimeter. Thought their offensive line played really well. And again, they're returners and their skilled kids were very good in that game. And again, they got probably Ohio State in the right spot. So now they'll regroup, and we got to get our focus and move forward.
You guys scored 2 touchdowns last year on kick returns. How much can that part of the game help you against them this year?
Well, it's got to help us, and we have to build on what we did. I thought our coverage units were good the other night. We netted 38 on the punt, and we picked up 12 yards every time we exchanged kickoffs, which is good. But we need to do better on the return game aspects of it. Certainly, we did that last year. But so that's going to be a challenge, But our playmakers got to make plays, no question.
Al, Ja'Cory has, as any senior would, Ja'Cory's talked about this season, the sense of it being a last chance. Are you comfortable with him having that sort of thinking, or would you rather him not think about it and kind of the added pressure of this being the last go around?
No, I don't know. I think that's probably a good soundbite or a good headline, but I think right now he's just approaching it one day at a time. He's been collecting good days. He's been doing that since January. Obviously, we had an unfortunate setback over the last 2 weeks, but I think he's in good shape. Mentally, he's strong. He's been resilient, and all we just need him to do is go out there and play and run the show for us and just compete and be himself. We don't need him to do anything else but be himself Saturday night.
You had to make about a dozen moves, it seemed like, just to get guys ready with one guy in this spot and the one guy moving to another spot after last week. In the long run, is that going to help you, the fact that a lot of guys had to work in kind of uncomfortable situations?
Yeah, well, it created some depth, most particularly with the young guys. But, moving David Perry, from offense to defense and then back, and Marcus Robinson from Sam to defensive end, and JoJo from corner to safety, that doesn't necessarily help unless they're just going to stay there, So, again, every move that you have to make in a situation requires 2 moves. Because we didn't have the depth just to have them ascend on the depth chart. It required lateral moves, which made things difficult. But again, I think we added some depth, we built some depth, and there should be no, game day jitters for a lot of guys this game.
Al, will they? My question was part of his. Will those guys stay in the positions you switch them to?
Yeah, we'll see, right? I don't know. We'll see how. We're still not back to where we need to be. We have some injuries and we still have some suspensions. So again, we'll see. What transpires when when they come back.
I know you talked about Ja'Cory being in that morning, 7 a.m., breaking down the film. What have you seen in his preparation over the last week that kind of shows that he's taking the reins and understands the responsibility of being a starter?
I just think he's focused right now, and again, he's done a good job. He's done a good job all camp, and he's just got to be himself. Don't just block out everything external and just run the show one play at a time and just enjoy the journey. That's what he's got to do.
Al, do you have any better feel about Curtis Porter when they go get it?
I don't. He's got a finger. It's been holding him back to this point.
Al, do you have a relationship at all with Luke Fickell? Do you know him at all? And can you just kind of feel for what he's going through, since it's different situations, but there's obviously parallels for the both of you right now?
Yeah. I don't know Coach, but obviously I have a great deal of respect for him. Know Jim Bowman. We were together at Virginia, and I just have a great deal of respect for Ohio State. They're won 6 Big Ten championships in a row, and it's a great challenge for our team here on Saturday night in South Florida. Should be exciting for us. Thanks, guys.